Hello everyone, my name is Anna Gotzik and welcome to my YouTube channel. I am very happy to see you here. Today's video will be the first one in the wedding series, the bridal series on my channel. I want to share with you a very special story, a story which is very personal and precious to my heart, my wedding story. You know, the whole wedding thing was a big dream of mine. It was a very personal and precious dream. It was a big dream which almost seemed impossible, but everything came true exactly the way I imagined, and this is something that makes you believe in what people say is a power of mind or something like this, when you know all of the things that you have in your head and that you visualize in your mind and believe in it with your full heart full of love and all of the positive thoughts and emotions. All of these things, they just came true exactly you imagined them. And this happened to me. I didn't really fully believe that it's possible to meet the man who seems completely perfect to you in every way. I didn't believe that it's possible to have a wedding on the south of France, next to the sea, next to the beach, with all of my friends and family next to me in the middle of pandemic, but it turned out to be possible, and I'm very grateful to God and universe and everybody who made this dream came true and who made this wedding possible. So the first video in the wedding series will be dedicated to the first day my husband and me visited our wedding venue and had our wedding menu tasting. So our wedding venue, it was booked almost 1 year before the wedding date. It was booked in October 2020. But the funny thing is that the first time I sent an email to our wedding venue, to the hotel, was on the 18th of August 2020, and just by chance on the 18th of August 2021 was the first day we visited this hotel, we visited our venue and had our wedding menu tasting. And this day happened to be one of the best days in the whole process of wedding preparations. On the 18th of August, it was all set and we arrived to Grand Hotel du Cap-Ferrat, our wedding venue. This hotel in Saint-Jean-Cap-Ferrat in France, this place is mind-blowing. It's so beautiful. If you visit it, you will understand that everything is so amazing. I can't find words to describe how beautiful this place is. So I want to share more about the wedding venue topic in a separate video, and I will not go into details about this hotel, but I just want to say that once we arrived and got out our car, went through the reception area, we understood that this place is very special, and we understand why some famous people throughout the history of the last 100 years of the whole world were staying in this place. So we arrived to Grand Hotel Cap-Ferrat. We left our car with a valet and went straight through the reception area. The worker of the hotel led us to the Veranda restaurant, one of the restaurants of this hotel, and we had our table waiting for us. And that's how our wedding tasting of our menu started. Our wedding menu started with the canapes. They were supposed to be served after the ceremony during the cocktail hour. We had some unlimited bar and canapes for the guests. The canapes that we tried, I'm gonna read them to you because the names are quite complicated for remembering. So this was the exact paper that I had on my table during the wedding tasting. These papers for me, and here is the one for my husband, they were waiting for us at the table with all the food names so we could make our notes and choose what we want to keep for our wedding and what we want to cross out. Before we had this menu tasting, we had a longer list of meals prepared by our event manager, and we had to choose a smaller selection from this long list, and then we tried this smaller selection, and from the smaller selection we would then have to choose even a smaller selection which would be served for our guests at the wedding. So the canapes were salmon presse in a ravigote style, sautéed shrimps with a sauté sauce and peanuts, crab rillette with green apple, red curry octopus, crunchy comté cheese with basil, truffled beef tartare, traditional foie gras with gingerbread, mushroom cream and parsley, arancini and mozzarella donut. Once we tried these canapes, we understood that all of the food is going to be amazing. It was absolutely obvious from the first bite. The canapes that we ended up choosing for our guests at our wedding were salmon, no shrimps, salmon, crab, truffle beef tartare, arancini and mozzarella donut. These were our favorites from the list, and this was our choice. After the canapes, we had our main dishes served, but I just wanted to quickly mention the drinks that we had during the whole wedding menu tasting. We also had to taste our wines and the champagne that was chosen for our wedding, and well, it was just amazing. My husband was driving, so I was the only one to try these drinks during the tasting. He was drinking iced tea and water, but the champagne that I was drinking was Champagne Deutsch Brut Classique, and I was also drinking white wine Chateau Roquefort Roquefortissime 2018, and the red wine Saint-Estèphe de Calon Ségur 2013. These two wines, white and red, and the champagne, they were all outstanding, and they were pairing with the food really, really well. So first we had a cold starter, and for the cold starter we had two choices: the lobster salad, young turnips and coriander, and also a traditional duck foie gras seasonal chutney with vintage balsamic vinegar. Well, it was a choice for our guests then between the foie gras and lobster salad. Both of them were really, really good, so it was really a hard decision for our guests. I think the lobster salad a little bit more. It was a very fresh summer kind of salad with sauce. I think it was kind of a lemon juice sauce on the lobster, and it felt just amazing. My husband chose for himself a duck foie gras on the bread, and it was more of a heavier starter, but it was also a very, very delicious foie gras. So for hot starters we had conchiglioni pasta cooked with lobster, or roasted langoustines with saffron and candied lemon risotto. Both dishes were amazing. Lobster pasta was a little bit heavier. Langoustine risotto was a lighter meal, more summer feel kind of meal. So then we had the main dish. For the main dish, our guests had a choice between lobster fricassee with chanterelle and eggplants cooked in an apricot butter, or low temperature cooked beef chuck, duck foie gras and pear. So after the main dish we had the tasting of our wedding cake, and this was a very exciting moment. You know, before coming to this wedding menu tasting, the event manager of the hotel asked me what are the flavors that we would like for the wedding cake. He offered us some choices, and the one that we chose was raspberry and vanilla. And once we saw the cake, I felt like the pastry chef, he somehow got inside of my head and understood exactly what I imagined as a perfect cake. This cake was exactly what I love and exactly what my husband loves. It was full of raspberries. We both are fans of raspberries. You know it from my video of Monaco, if you watched it. So the cake was full of raspberries. On the outside, big beautiful raspberries, and inside it had a filling of vanilla cream, maybe some vanilla sponge cake, and more raspberries. And all of this, once put in your mouth, is just an explosion of tastiness. I can't describe. This was the absolutely best wedding cake I have ever tried in my life, and the best cake for me. After we finished tasting all of this amazing food, we had a brief talk with our event manager of the hotel, discussed some of the points that we still had to discuss, and then he walked us around the hotel territory and showed us around. Then we visited for the first time the exact place where our ceremony and dinner is going to take place. It was going to take place in the gardens of the hotel. The gardens are called Volupté Gardens. The terrace in the gardens where the wedding was going to take place, it consisted of two parts, and one part was for the ceremony and for the cocktail reception, and another part of this terrace was for the dinner table, and also for dancing area. When we came to the gardens and I saw the place where the wedding table is going to be, where the ceremony is going to take place, I saw the sea view. I understood that, oh my God, this is all finally happening. My dream is coming true at this exact moment. I was very, very happy and excited about all of the things ahead. You can see on the video that we were discussing with the manager and with my husband if we wanted to put the ceremony in the narrow lane, a narrow path which leads from the hotel main door to straight to the sea, but this path, it was so narrow so that guests for the ceremony, they would have to sit on the chairs one after one, and it wouldn't be comfortable, and it wouldn't also be comfortable for my father and me when we walked down the aisle with my dress. Although the view was very beautiful and the sea out there, we decided that we wouldn't want to have the ceremony on that spot, so we had our ceremony in the gardens, next to the place where our cocktail reception was planned and next to the place where our dinner was planned. In the end, it turned out very good because everything was close to each other and it was all very well organized. When we were walking through the territory of the hotel, I understood that this is the best wedding venue I could wish for. This is really, really one of the most beautiful places I have ever seen in my life, and everything was perfect there. You know, there was the smell of Mediterranean pines and salt breeze in the air. The nature was amazing, the views were absolutely perfect. On the territory of the hotel, you also have the pool area with the pool restaurant. We went down out there to see everything. We also went down to the rocky coast, to the sea. After this tour around the hotel, we got into our car and went back home to our apartment in Monaco, and I felt that I have just experienced my dream coming true, and that was one of the best moments in my life so far. And what I would wish for right now is I really want to remember the feelings that I had on this day. I want to remember them for the whole of my life. The feeling when your big dream is coming true. This is amazing. Thank you very much for watching this video. This was the first part of my wedding story. I was very excited to share it with you. I hope that you liked it. If you liked it, please subscribe to my channel and leave your comments down below. I will be very grateful for your feedback. Thank you so much. Bye.